Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any breaking news. We bring you exclusive, in-depth, and engaging reports on the latest headlines. Let's get into today's story. The world of hip-hop and celebrity culture was shaken by the recent trial of rapper A$AP Rocky, who was accused of firing a handgun at a former friend on a Hollywood street in 2021. But in a dramatic courtroom moment, the 36-year-old rapper, whose real name is Rakim Mayers, was found not guilty of all charges. As the verdict was read in a Los Angeles courtroom, A$AP Rocky couldn't contain his emotions. He leaped into the gallery to hug his longtime partner, global superstar Rihanna, as relief washed over him. The moment was intense, emotional, and captured the attention of fans worldwide. A$AP Rocky had been facing 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm. If convicted, he could have spent up to 24 years in prison, a sentence that would have dramatically altered his life and career. However, despite the looming risk, Rocky refused to accept a plea deal. Prosecutors had offered him 6 months in jail, probation, and additional conditions in exchange for pleading guilty to 1 count. But Rocky stood firm, maintaining his innocence and placing his fate in the hands of a jury. It was a bold decision, and ultimately, it paid off. When the jury delivered their not guilty verdict, Rocky turned to them and said, "Thank y'all for saving my life." His relief was evident, and for Rihanna, who had supported him throughout the trial, it was a moment of overwhelming emotion. She was seen crying and embracing Rocky's defense team. Rihanna had been attending the trial sporadically but made sure to be there for the crucial moments. She even brought their 2 young sons, RZA Athelston Mayers, 2 years old, and Riot Rose Mayers, 1 year old, to court for parts of the closing arguments. Her presence was not just as a supportive partner but as someone who believed in Rocky's innocence. However, prosecutors criticized her attendance, with Deputy District Attorney John Lewin claiming that bringing the children to court was a tactic to manipulate the jury's emotions. Despite the prosecution's objections, the jury focused on the evidence, and in the end, Rocky walked free. The case revolved around an altercation between A$AP Rocky and his former friend, A$AP Relly, legal name Terrell Efron, on the night of November 6, 2021. The 2 men, who had once been close members of the A$AP Rap collective from New York, had fallen out. Some members of the group reportedly believed Rocky's commercial success had changed him, leading to tension among them. According to prosecutors, on the night of the incident, Rocky lured Relly to a parking garage in Hollywood under false pretenses. When they arrived, the confrontation escalated, and Relly claimed that Rocky pulled out a gun, pointed it at his stomach, and threatened to kill him. Relly told the jury that 2 shots were fired, one of which grazed his hand. However, Rocky's defense team painted a very different picture. Rocky's attorneys argued that their client never fired a real gun. Instead, they said he had been carrying a harmless prop gun, one that only fired blanks, which he had taken from a music video set months earlier. According to Rocky's defense, he used the prop gun only to scare Relly away, because Relly had been attacking another member of their crew that night. Rocky's lead attorney, Joe Tacopina, was aggressive in his defense, calling the claims against Rocky a complete fabrication. The weapon was absolutely nothing more than a prop gun, a starter gun, a blank gun, a fake gun. It's used in pop movies and music videos. The lack of physical evidence also played a crucial role in Rocky's acquittal. Tacopina pointed out that police searched the scene of the alleged shooting for hours, but found no shell casings or a weapon. Strangely, after officers left, Relly returned to the scene himself and claimed he had found 2 shell casings. For the defense, this was highly suspicious. Why were the casings only found after the police had already searched the area? This detail raised serious doubts about Relly's credibility. One of the key instructions given to the jury was that they could find Rocky not guilty if they believed he acted in self-defense. To convict him, the prosecution needed to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Rocky had actually fired a real gun with intent to harm. However, after weeks of testimony and arguments, the jury wasn't convinced. While we may never know exactly why they ruled the way they did, jury members are not required to explain their reasoning. The verdict was clear: A$AP Rocky was not guilty. After the trial, Rocky's attorney Taco Pina didn't hold back. He called the case a mirage, claiming it had been an attempt to extort money from the rapper. "I've always said this was an extortion. The extortion played out live in court," Taco Pina declared. He even suggested that prosecutors should now go after Relly for perjury. With his legal troubles now behind him, what's next for A$AP Rocky? This trial undoubtedly took a toll on him, both personally and professionally. But walking away as a free man means he can now refocus on his music, his career, and his family. Fans are eager to see what's next, and Rocky himself will likely address the trial in his own way, perhaps through music. Rihanna, who has been by his side every step of the way, will also be celebrating his freedom. The trial of A$AP Rocky was one of the most closely watched celebrity legal battles in recent years. Some believe that justice was served, while others argue that the jury simply wasn't convinced beyond a reasonable doubt. What do you think? Was A$AP Rocky truly innocent, or did the prosecution fail to prove its case? Drop your thoughts in the comments section, and let's get the conversation going. And before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more exclusive reports.